Thanks, listeners, for joining us. You might have heard us. I think we were preparing to go on air, and I think we were we were on here, but that's okay. It's live radio. We just now. Tammy's looking at me like, what? No, we have our guest today from Elko County Mybrary. So pleased to have Tammy Craycraft Dickenson and Cassie Antoinucci, our librarian of Elko County Mybrary. Tammy is on the Mybrary board, and they have a whole summer full of cool activities to look forward to. And in fact, some of them have already started. Isn't that right, Cassie?
Yes, so we kicked off our summer reading program here about 2 weeks ago, and we already have over 800 people registered. We're still registering daily, so if you haven't signed up yet, you can visit our website. Everything you need to know is right there. You can come into the library. We'll help you walk through it, but it's fun for all ages. We have from 0 to 100, we have something for everyone.
Really? They're not just for youth anymore, those summer reading programs?
No, so the youth programs are still the reading the minutes, earning the prizes, but we're trying to get more participation from adults as well. So instead of reading minutes, you can register through Beanstack, which is our summer reading program app, same software that the kids are using. And the adults just have to submit book reviews, and they get entered into weekly raffles. The more reviews you do, the better your odds. And then every review you do, you get entered into our grand raffle, which will happen after August 5th. And then we're going to be doing a bingo contest. We'll have prizes, but it's going to be completely free. So make sure that you come register for that. And we have like weekly crossword puzzles and just little things that the adults can come in and do and get like cute little gifts. I know everyone's always asking about our Mybrary canvas bags. So just come in and do our current weekly crossword puzzle and you get one bag for free.
That is fantastic. And it's called Beanstack. You said the app that you can download?
Yes, it's called Beanstack. You can go to the web browser. It's just exploremybrary.beanstack.org. It'll take you right there. You can look on the web, or you can download the Beanstack app through your phone, Apple or Android. Android.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're really building a book community for adults, because when you're submitting reviews, you get to know each other, find out what kind of books people enjoy that you might enjoy, sharing common interest?
No, absolutely. Those reviews are public, so you can definitely make friends, come in and make friends. We're building up some new book clubs. So we do have a book club. It's for women with kids. We haven't settled on a name yet. We didn't want to call it like the Moms Book Club, because it's not just for moms, but you're more than welcome to bring your kids. We know that a lot of people had trouble finding babysitters where they can come and just talk about their books and not worry what their kids are getting up to. So you can come in, make friends, talk about the books, and then we'll provide crafts and games that the kids can do, so you're not really stressing about it.
Oh, very nice. So that is another way for the whole family to get to enjoy Elko County Mybrary, where I know Tammy is on the board, and Tammy, this evolution of Mybrary has been so important to the Elko County Mybrary board, as well as the Friends of the Mybrary, right?
Yes, we're very excited. We're still sort of in the rebuilding process of, our friends got a little bit lean over COVID, unfortunately, but we are rebuilding. We're very excited about where we're going and what it's going to look like to be a friend of the library going forward. We're hoping to increase, not necessarily the amount of volunteerism. It's still going to be kind of what you make of it, but the rewards that you get out of it, the contacts you'll make, the friends that you'll make, that sort of thing, we're hoping to expand. Just to make it more like a social club, I guess. I hate to say like a social club, but, something a little bit more than just desserts, even though we love just desserts and we live for it. But we want it to be a little bit more than that, and we want to be able to give back year-round instead of just this one big fundraiser. We want it to be something that, the people that want to can come volunteer year-round, be a part of something bigger than themselves, and fundraise, so that,
that sounds
gives
like
them something they can do.
Yeah, it's a great plan. And as we were just talking about, there really is a whole community around. There's nothing wrong with having a social club built around Mybrary services, because it's all about making any number of programs or services, not just books, but other materials, a whole world online available to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a dream of being viewed less as a library, a warehouse of books, and more as a community center. someplace where we can gather, because that's what we missed so much during COVID. That's what hurt the most, was that loss of community. We felt it across our communities. I think I personally did. I shouldn't speak for everybody, but it was a painful time for a lot of people, just that loss of community, and it was a sense of loss overall. And can't even talk today. At Mybrary, we sort of discussed, what in this rebranding, what do we want to bring back? Or not even bring back, what do we want to do? Community. We want to be a community center. We want to be a gathering place. We want to be in it with everyone. And I'm so proud of how far we've come in 2 years. It's sort of, I was telling Cassie the other night after a Mybrary board meeting, like, here we are in the thick of it, and it still doesn't feel real. I feel like I need to pinch myself sometimes, because we've made huge strides in such a short period of time.
And the response has been great, right, Cassie?
Oh, it's been overwhelming. All of our numbers, our circulation, our visits are up. We had Tuesday before 4 o'clock, we had over 300 people in the door. So
really,
we're feeling the
what was
love.
the deal with Tuesday? Just a Tuesday?
It was just a normal Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, what did I miss? That's incredible, you guys. That's fantastic. And it's all happening at this same location that people are familiar with there at 720 Court Street, right?
Yep, we're still there.
Yeah, at that a very low-key looking yellow brick building. But inside, you did some freshening up.
Oh, no, we did. We repainted the library. We're trying to open up space without reducing collections. So we've migrated where things are, added new seatings. We have brand new computer tables that we're working. We're going to increase the amount of computers, because if you come in right now, we only have 4 that are working. So hopefully in the next few weeks, you'll come in and we'll have 20 in our brand new, reference area that's being reorganized. And, no, we're adding all sorts of things. I'm sure you've heard the Nevada Legal Kiosk program that the state launched. We're one of the libraries, so we added that to our law library.
So it's up and running?
It's up and running. We've already had people come in and use it. Part of because we're still working on rearranging space and updating furniture, is we'd like to create a more private space for it, because one of the goals the state has is that residents in Elko County can attend court in Clark or Washoe County through your library.
Oh my gosh, that will make things so much nicer for a lot of people and families. And these legal kiosks, by the way, are the brainchild of, they were supported by the Nevada Supreme Court and attorneys, from throughout the state, who just want to make sure that everyone has access. Some legal matters may not be as complicated, even though it's intimidating or overwhelming. But if people they had access to the information, Cassie, it can make a world of difference.
And it's amazing how much more simple that having the kiosk has made it, because we do have the law library, and we've tried to help find the forms and find the research tools. We can't offer legal advice, but we try and find the tools. What the state has done and the Nevada Supreme Court has done is they've taken all of those tools and put them in a really easy to understand one-stop shop. So you can come in, and if you need to file legal documents in another county, it has the step-by-step walkthrough for you to do that. We actually, we were assisting a patron the other day who needed to file some motions in Washoe Court, and watching, helping him use the computer, and then watching how simple it was to upload the documents and submit it. It was amazing.
And how much did all of that legal service cost that individual, Cassie?
100% free.
100% free. And that is just
Best
one of the
cost of all.
Exactly. And that's why both of our guests today are so enthusiastic about talking about Mybrary. It's the Elko County Mybrary. Tammy Craycraft Dickenson and Cassie Antoinucci are here. And our system is actually part of it is a bi-county library system, right, Cassie?
Yes, we actually have 8 locations. I don't think everyone really realizes that. We cover all of the public libraries in Elko County as well as Eureka County. So Carlin, Wells, Wendover, Jackpot, if you weren't aware, Jackpot does have a public library. It's actually located on their school campus. We share with the school. Tuscarora, they have a very cute library located in their post office. I think it's just so adorable.
It is very cute.
And then we have Crescent Valley and Eureka as well. And then on top of that, of course, there's the Mybrary Mobile, our mobile Mybrary, and that actually also covers Eureka County. We assist with their services.
That is great to hear that, because some of these are traditional services that libraries around the country have been offering for 100 years, just like ours, right? Yes. 100 years. Think about that. Wow.
Oh, it's amazing. And I love doing the research to find the history of, Elko County Library and what led us to Mybrary, seeing that our community has stood behind the library from the very beginning, because this was not a government-opened library. The community advocated for this, and they volunteered, and they opened it, and they had it open for a few years before the county took over. So it's always been a community-driven library.
Oh, that's great. And that is the way that, even though there are funds supporting it, and we see libraries around the country, they get sucked into some of this controversy, not by their own, because librarians are not about controversy. I mean, unless it's defending access to libraries. Obviously, we know that that's a common passion and a common theme. But facilitating access is a big part of what the Elko County Library is about. And I know, Tammy, that's a big role for a board member and for the entire board. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of our passions is just keeping public spaces public. There's frequently talk of shutting down public spaces, either by cutting its funding or restricting access to it. And, I'll speak for my whole board. We're not okay with that. That is the antithesis of what democracy is and what we represent and what libraries represent in general. And so we work really, really hard to make sure our spaces stay public and free and accessible, and I think I've said it before, I read something somewhere about libraries are one of the last places you can exist just on your own. You can be there. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to be anything. You can just be in that space. And that's what we want to maintain going forward. We want everyone to come. It is taxpayer funded, so it's yours. Come enjoy it. Come be a part of it. And I say this every time I'm on. Come to a board meeting. We would love to have you. We think we're pretty fun. We're pretty funny. So, come join us. Come give us your thoughts on what we're doing, where we're going, because without that input, we won't know what our community wants. We work really hard to survey the community and to talk to the community, but
you're only as good as
we're only as good as what our outreach, and outreach can be limited. So if you've got something for us, call us, email us, text us, come by, come see us at a meeting. You can do our meetings on Zoom. You don't have to come in person if you don't want to. But just come and participate with us, because we would love to have you. We would love to hear the feedback, because we have big plans. Like, I'm looking at Cassie. We have big plans.
You have more big plans?
We have lots of plans.
We have lots and lots of plans. And it so hinges on community buy-in. And if we can have our community behind us, we could do great things for our community.
So if you want to be friends of the Elko County Mybrary, your community library, you can come to like Tammy was saying, board meetings. When are your board meetings and where are they? We can just remind people. They can maybe put it on a calendar.
Every third
Tuesday.
Good. I know that.
I show up when Cassie tells me to.
Which is important for all of us. We all need assistance, right?
Yes. So it's always every third Tuesday, and we do post on our website calendar. The agendas are there, the dates are there, especially if we had a special meeting. You could always keep track on the calendar. And it's always at 4 o'clock at the Elko Mybrary in our meeting room.
Okay, very, very accessible.
Say we start with the law library meeting. So if you're a little late, you're not missing much.
You're okay.
And then we roll into Mybrary, so we get a little funner at that point.
Oh, good. You can enjoy, and there's no place to be better than if you are someone who loves libraries, loves books, and loves all the many programs and services. And in fact, we should find out more about some of the summer offerings, because, like you said, summer reading is underway for a couple of weeks, but it's not too late to join, right, Cassie?
Absolutely not. You can register right up until the last day, actually. So it goes through August 5th. And we have tons of the kids events like we always do. We're doing a story time in the park on, I believe it's Fridays at the Johnny Appleseed Park. We're doing, if you're interested in paper crafts, July 10th, we have we've been doing monthly paper crafts. They're so adorable. This month we're doing like this really beautiful sunflower, and we'll show you not only how to put the sunflower together, but we've got these really neat ink paints that you can shade it, and it's hanging up in the Elko Mybrary if you want to stop by and check it out. And you just have to sign up so we can make sure we have enough supplies for everyone. But there's definitely still spots open. We have a morning, I believe it's at 10, and then we also have an evening at 5 that same day.
Nice. And some of this is made possible by some of the generous sponsors, right, that you have in the community?
Yes. So as always, we're super thankful to Nevada Gold Mines. They once again have sponsored the majority of the program, and we couldn't offer all of the things we do without them. We also, Pizza Hut reached out to us, and they donated 1,300 individual personal pizzas for us to give the kids.
They did?
For doing the reading program. Yes.
Wow. That's a lot of personal pizza. That's very cool.
That is. It was giving us flashbacks to when, we were in school and you would read for pizza.
Do you remember Book It?
Oh, that program. Yes. All of that fun stuff. When I started, we would pin little astronauts to the classroom around in my 3rd grade. And for every book, you got a little plastic astronaut. And I was like, I am getting all the way around this classroom by the end of school. So, and I think I did, actually. I got 3/4 of the way. So I was pretty proud of my astronauts. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Total Eye Care, they're sponsoring our youth art contest that we do every year. So we have the coloring pages at the library. You can come in, get them. I believe it's through pre-K through 6th grade.
Nice.
And then they provide the prizes, and it's just a wonderful partnership that we have with them.
And youngsters, if you can write your name, you can get a Mybrary card, right?
You just have to be 5.
5. Wow, 5, because that's even better than any credit card you'll ever have. It's better than your driver's license, right, lady? Am I right?
Yeah. Our slogan is it's your ticket to a free adventure. So,
and no more late fees for the moms that are sweating their 5-year-old checking out a book and it getting lost between the seats in the car, because that's what happened in my house all the time. No more fines. Mybrary is fine free. So
that is another important consideration. So do thank the supporters of Mybrary. Thank the Elko County Commissioners, because again, as we talked about, libraries around the country may be being used as political footballs, but that's not happening right now in Elko County. So
no, we're very fortunate. Our commissioners have been very supportive of us. We've got our liaison, Commissioner Gerber. He's a big fan of the library. He's been
thank you, Travis.
So sweet. Yes, thank you, Travis. And he's adorable because he will support everything that the library does, and even in the middle of a meeting, he'll be like, I have a book on hold. Can you remind Cassie that I have it on hold?
So he's a patron, too.
So he's using the services, and Delma will flash his Mybrary card, and it's just been so great to have that kind of support behind us. And, like recently we've needed some roof repairs. They approved that repair, no questions asked, which was lovely, because that's an expensive collection that we've got housed in there.
Yes.
It's a little bit more than just office furniture, and to know that it's going to be protected is super helpful. So we're appreciative of all they've done for us.
So it has not gone unnoticed that now the Elko County Mybrary has this big empty gravel lot on the Idaho Street side, and we know the county's in master plans. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but I think a lot of us are wondering, when you talk about big plans, Cassie, or do we get to grow a little bit, or what are the plans? If I'm wrong, you can steer me in another direction.
So we're always hopeful to grow a little bit. We could always use the extra space. We did have a chance to sit down with the county and talk long-term plans. Nothing concrete that we can share right now. And the county themselves are in sort of the high overarching phase of their own long-term planning. But I think there's definitely room for all of us to grow, and we're excited about some opportunities that might be coming up in the future.
Well, thank you. Oh no, thank you for doing that, though, for being part of the planning. Yeah, because that's all we can ask. You're a very active library director. Thank you, Cassie, for inserting our needs and interest in those conversations. And Tammy, as a board member,
so grateful for Cassie and her willingness to do that. and for her tactful approach, because I just wanted to go beat down doors and demand a parking lot. But I did want to let folks know that is a county parking lot now. So I know, for some folks it is a safety concern to cross the roads there, especially when they've got their littles with them. You can park back there. You can park, and that way you can access the library just from the sidewalks. We've spoken to county management. It is a county parking lot.
Great.
So just for safety wise, if people are concerned, just to know that is an option, that it's not the right property anymore, it is county property. And the beautiful mural is pretty much done now, isn't it?
Yes.
So
they went and added all the titles.
all the titles are on the books. It's beautiful. Hopefully we can do something to celebrate.
And look at it up close. I feel like the closer you get, the more beautiful it is.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
that is
extremely
nice.
beautiful. So everybody, please go check out that mural. There's a lot of probably blood, sweat, and tears in it. It's massive. It's 100 feet long. And how many book titles? I can't remember.
50.
50 book
book
titles.
titles.
And they were recommended by the community. So
Yes.
go see if your title made it.
Oh, so that's right there at 7th and Idaho Street. The library is on 7th and Court, but now it's that whole block area. And we know that Elko County is in the process of master planning. So if you, as a patron or a resident, if you have some ideas and say, I'd really like to see this or that, or is it possible, make sure you express those to either library, Mybrary board members, or to county commissioners, so that we can support whatever it is the Mybrary envisions. But it would be nice to have, like you said, more safe pedestrian access while we have the opportunity to use that property, because they're going to be planning the whole 2 or 3 blocks there from the courthouse down. So
Eventually it'll be a massive complex, so
Yes.
that the courts can be more consolidated and hopefully address some safety concerns that the courts have been having. And
it's all part of it.
Elko County is growing, so obviously county government has to grow with it and accommodate. So, and we're just super excited to be part of the conversation.
Yes.
We're super grateful that they were willing to include us in the conversation. So that's one more thing to be grateful to the commission for, and to our county manager for including us in that.
Good planning is so important for a community, because nobody likes to be squeezed, especially if you're a legacy, whether you're ball fields or new adventures and entities. It's exciting when people can work together and kind of preserve some of the old and invite some of the new too. So we look forward to seeing what you get to do there. I hope it's beneficial.
I'm excited. I think good things are still on the way.
Yes.
That's great,
Yes.
Cassie. Well, we appreciate Cassie Antoinucci is the Elko County Mybrary Director, our Chief Librarian. Do you have a title that you prefer?
Oh, just call me Cassie.
And you can see how much work they do and how humble. And Tammy Craycraft Dickenson is on the Elko. And now you're chair now, right now,
Call
or
me
vice chair?
president, please. No,
She is a political science major. She graduated in. Yes, we appreciate that.
I am is it a chair? I think it's chair.
You're chairing the board.
I chair the board, yes.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you for all the work
Yes.
that you're doing, obviously.
Oh, it's not even work. I love it.
Oh, you can tell it's a passion. So other things that may be coming up in June, I want to make sure people look to their Mybrary. That's what we call our library now in the rebranding, in case they think, why does that woman keep calling it a Mybrary? Not. But people look to our libraries or Mybrary for all kinds of resources and referrals. Maybe they're looking for a place to live. Maybe they are food insecure, for example, right? I mean, sometimes Mybrary can serve as a clearinghouse for lots of information.
We do try and keep a lot of those resources on hand so that we can direct patrons to whatever Elko County has to offer. And then usually over the winter, we've participated in food drives, coat drives, just general supply drives to help those who are in need in our communities.
Just a great collaborator, right, with all the other agencies.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. So any other activities during either, because we're already coming up on July, right? July and August.
I can't even believe it's almost July.
We not talk about it.
I know. I was going to get so organized in June. What happened? It's like, what? I don't know. Maybe now I just like to get some sleep, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Let's see. We have, for those that don't know, we still have our state park passes. So those are getting used, but you can place holds on them. So if you know that you're going to go camp out at Wild Horse or South Fork and you want free entry, it's just a day entry pass, put a hold on the park pass. We have two
Check
of them.
out a park
Check it out.
adventure.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've been really popular. We're so pleased that
Yes.
the state even came up with this idea, and we're hoping that maybe they'll keep it around or expand it, because they're so fun. They're just so fun.
I know I just talked with Department of Wildlife yesterday because their program is going to be next week, and those women will be out in the field, hard at work with conservation education, and they talked about collaborating, doing Wildlife Week, right? Wildlife Summer.
So they've been coming in doing wildlife story times for us. They're geared for older kids than our normal, preschool age story times, and they'll bring in animal pelts and they'll read a book about the animal, and then the kids get a chance to touch the pelts. And that the next one that's coming up should be actually, we just had one June 14th, so the next one is
In July, right?
July.
Yeah, I think they've got monthly, so at least through the summer. So that's another way that our agencies are collaborating and really enhancing their outreach and reaching some new people too.
Yeah, and it's been really wonderful. With the rebranding, we're seeing that people are remembering that we're here. And so we're finding more opportunities for those partnerships and sponsorships even. If you go to the fairgrounds, you might see a Mybrary banner on the racetrack here soon.
Oh, so it's, again, a good collaboration, whether it's intra-county or certainly with these other groups and agencies. So anything that we've talked about what the library gives to the community, and we want to make sure, Cassie, we give you a chance to invite people to contribute or support to what you might need, actually, if you have any needs at the library right now, or just ideas and participation.
Mostly just ideas and participation. One example I have is over the last few months, we were getting requests from both youth and adults for Dungeons and Dragons events. So we worked hard. I found some volunteers.
That's so fun, right?
I am such a nerd. Wow, that's great.
So we started what we're calling the Explorers Guild, and the Dungeons and Dragon Club is going to be our first thing under this guild, which I'm hoping to expand. We're hoping to start checking out a library of things, so not just books. We're hoping maybe instruments, baking pans, and I'm hoping board games, card games, game guides for those in our community that are a bit more geeky like me. We have an adult D&D club, a teen D&D club, and a tween, and we had 18 people on the first day that we ran these clubs. And we know we're going to get more, so I'm thinking this will be a permanent thing. But that only happened because we received those feedbacks and requests from the kids and the adults saying, hey, we want to do this. Do you have a space for us? We do have a space. We just need to know what you need.
I heard a story out of Carlin that there was a teacher there that inspired a whole new generation of D&D because she started opening her classroom to, I think, some after school. So isn't that cool that now we have it in Elko County? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And I just have to laugh. The tween group was all girls, 9-year-olds, and they were just so adorable watching them play. And they started off so shy, and by the end of it, they were going to get those goblins. Like, they were into the story.
And for those who don't know, Dungeons and Dragons, it may sound a little goth or macabre. And for some people it truly is, but it is a great game, right, Tammy, for children using their imagination.
Oh, yeah.
It
taps into that creativity and crafting a narrative
storytelling
and basically giving them a set of social skills too. Summertime, we talk about the summertime slide sometimes with education. It's a good way for them to maintain those skills as well as tapping into creativity and just having a good time, because it's them working on those skills without them even realizing it.
Mm-hmm. They're having fun.
Making new friends.
And I'm getting such positive feedback on that. And just people going, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys started that. Yeah, what else do you want us to start? Just say the word and we'll do it. And I think, that mom club, not that we're calling it that, that book club that got started, that also was rooted in community feedback. A group came to the library and said, do you have a space for this? Yeah, not only do we have a space for it, but let's see what we can do for you. If you have an idea, bring it to us. We will see what we can do, because chances are we can do something. And we want to do it. Please bring it to us.
Bring your best ideas, or even your
worst ones.
Exactly. and they can make something
we
out
can
of it.
make something out of it. I promise you.
Oh, that's great. Well, I hope we got to all the topics you were hoping to, ladies. I really appreciate your again, this is a busy time of year for libraries, but for Elko County Mybrary, and we just appreciate the time that you give to us and the community and letting people know and inviting them out. So,
Well, thank you for having us. And I think I speak for not just myself, but the board and staff that we really enjoy being a part of the community and getting to be a part of all the exciting things to come.
well, you represent the best of us, certainly. Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. And Tammy, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm nothing without her. So
Well, and it's great teamwork. And if anybody listening wants to be part of this kind of energy and the positivity and passion, again, as we were joined, our guest today from Elko County Library, as it's known traditionally, but it's branded to Elko County Mybrary. You can be part of the Friends of the Mybrary, which is kind of a loose group, as Tammy was describing earlier. It's just citizens, people who care, and they do a big event each year called Just Desserts, and it's just like it sounds, but people get together and sit in the tiny chairs in the children's section and sip wine and eat cookies, and I mean it's
all about the wine.
Exactly. That's kind of understated, but it's a super popular event. Lots of silent auction, live music. Usually, if you've got a cellist out there, boy, wouldn't that be fun? Let's have a cellist at the Just Desserts this year. We need one for a production too, a play that Silver Stage Players is doing. So, anyway, you guys are great. Thank you so much for coming on today, and make the Mybrary your resource for whether it's legal news that you need. If you need to find out more about what people think about a book or activities for your youngsters this summer, 720 Court Street here in Elko, or online are you at Elko County Mybrary? Or
It's exploremybrary.org.
Oh, super easy. Exploremybrary.org. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today here on Elko Live.
Thank you.
Thank you.